താൻ ഒരു യഥാർത്ഥ സഖാവാണെന്നും അമ്മാവനായ ഭഗത് സിംഗിന്റെ പോരാട്ടങ്ങൾ കേട്ട് വളർന്നതിനാൽ താനും ഇടതുപക്ഷമായെന്നും പ്രൊഫസർ ജഗ്മോഹൻ സിംഗ് കൈരളി ന്യൂസിനോട് പറഞ്ഞു. ഇടതുപക്ഷ ജനാധിപത്യം രാജ്യത്ത് നടപ്പായാൽ രാജ്യപുരോഗതിക്ക് വഴിതെളിക്കുമെന്നും അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞു.
ഇന്ത്യ കണ്ട ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ധീരരക്തസാക്ഷിയാണ് ഭഗത് സിംഗ്. ഭഗത് സിംഗിന് മുമ്പും ശേഷവും ഭഗത് സിംഗ് മാത്രം. സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യ സമരത്തിന് വേണ്ടി പോരാടി ചെറുപ്രായത്തിൽ തന്നെ തൂക്കുമരത്തിലേറിയതാണ് ഭഗത് സിംഗ്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ പിൻഗാമി ഇന്ന് മോദി സർക്കാരിനോട് തുറന്ന യുദ്ധം പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ച് കേരളത്തിന്റെ മണ്ണിലെത്തിയിരിക്കുകയാണ്. വെൽക്കം ഡോക്ടർ ജഗ്മോഹൻ സിംഗ്.
Thank you very much.
So, the Modi government and their laws are torturing the poor Indian farmers. You are here to participate in the AI case, supporting the Indian farmers. How do you look up at this conference and what are the positiveness that you feel in this conference?
The first is that it is not the Modi. Modi is representing corporate interests. And that reminds us of Mussolini telling that when corporate interest and the governance becomes one, that is fascism. So we are facing that crisis. So the agricultural crisis is a main issue because your 50 to 60% people are dependent on the well-being of the rural area, and rural area is on this agriculture. And all these policies, which wonderstruck me that it is not being made in India. They are being made either in Europe or in America or World Bank or IMF, and we are just implementing. And that is causing such an inequality that now even 1% has all the wealth, and that wealth is being accumulated from plundering of the poor. So the farmers have that resurgence that they understood this, and their struggle actually was an indication that this crisis is to be addressed by the people. And that is what the positiveness of this AI KMS is, because it has a long history of anti-imperialism during British rule and then following it protecting the farmers' interests. So I think this is and it is happening in a very important place like Kerala, where all alternatives have been tried. Though there is always limits of your acting, but you are always trying to give an alternative by which people's problem can be solved by empowering the people.
The Indian farmers are facing a lot of problems like climate catastrophe. So what are the pro-farmer changes that this government needed to take to make the farmers in a better level?
You are very right that we are now facing a third. This is natural. But what we have understood from the history is that these crises are created by the policy matter. And the resolution is made by the people. Governments never make the resolution because they only flee. And particularly our current governors, people have one idea of that the word is myth. So illusion. So they create illusion and plunder the people. So the people have to take up like we have to protect our soil, we have to protect our health, because food is directly connected with health. And particularly now they are coming up with another assault of genetically modified crops. Genetically modified crops are only for particular herbicide to be used or particular insecticide to be used. So it is basically the corporate interest which is going to be, not the farmer's interest. I think government has to take that fun is, which actually it is interesting that the last thing which Bhagat Singh wrote from his that jail, when he was waiting for the gallows, he said that the new liberation will start when the cumulative effect on the land is distributed to everybody so that everybody work and product it. Second, he said that the biggest hurdle in the farmers' growth is the loan. If they can write off 10 lakh crore of rich people, why can't they give a bit relief to the farmers, which is much less amount? That is the attitude which is there, that you are allowing the rich to loot but not help and if you help the farmer, it will increase your productivity, it will increase your consumption also, and it will bring new. The third part attack which is coming up is that they are taking away the education from the next generation. Not only distorting, but even not allowing them. The other day, the decision of withdrawing those scholarships, which was pre-matric scholarship or fellowships to minorities, is an attack that you don't want people to learn. And the power lies with the people's learning, if they can solve their problems. So I think government need to. And the third thing which I sometimes talk back, that you need a progressive taxing. That is, whoever earns more should pay more tax. The common man should pay less tax. But the inputs, because the farmer is suffering because of the cost of inputs. And there is no control on those inputs. And whatever was being said to be given to the farmer is not coming. It is only for those inputs cost which is causing the prices.
Sir, are you a comrade?
Well, I am a leftist.
So,
And my definition of leftism is that because our heart is on the left, whose heart feels the life of the common man, and if he feels that his heart is beating for them, then you're leftist. And
So-
to be comrade is to be leftist and to be dedicated to the scientific thinking which is given to us, and that is what I am.
in what all ways have Bhagat Singh inspired you to be a better man or a leftist?
Yes, that is the most important thing, because in 1924, he was virtually in connection with the revolutionaries, but he was one who was thinking of the problem, where does the problem lie? There was discussion going on that what we have learned from Russia is that finally it is a unity of the workers and the peasants which will bring the change. But most important part is that have the young people ready for that? And there are some weaknesses in our society, which is social weaknesses, like communalism, the casteism, gender inequality. He said that let the youth first clear their mind out of these weaknesses, because only then you can talk about the society. First, those who have volunteered themselves, they should do it. And the fourth dimension he added is that the youth must prepare himself for understanding the cause of the thing, and that is the science. Why things are happening, why we are having change in the climate, why the farmer is poor with all his effort, labor. So these are when you go for the cause. And the fifth thing which he said was that it is the inequality which is we want to remove. Whoever may govern, but inequality must fly. And that is interestingly brought into the Constitution, that the duty of the government is to have policies which are free from causing inequality. And that is the last thing which he always said is that equality comes with brotherhood, because you cannot have equality if there is not brotherhood within the family. And that is which is inspiring us, that 24, Bhagat Singh had his movement, and a counter movement also started in 1925, which is called RSS. So I think we are back in history with these forces where youth prepare themselves, liberate themselves of their weaknesses first themselves, and then work with the society. So
78-ാം വയസ്സിൽ മോദി സർക്കാരിൻ്റെ ഹിന്ദുത്വ കോർപ്പറേറ്റ് ഭരണങ്ങൾക്കെതിരെ പോരാടാനാണ് പ്രൊഫസർ ജഗ്മോഹൻ സിംഗ് കേരളത്തിലെത്തിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. എന്നെ കൊന്നാലും എൻ്റെ ആശയങ്ങൾ ഈ മണ്ണിൽ തന്നെ ഉണ്ടാവും, എൻ്റെ ആശയങ്ങൾ മരിച്ചു പോവുകയില്ല എന്നാണ് ഭഗത് സിംഗ് പറഞ്ഞത്. താങ്ക് യു കോമ്രേഡ്. ക്യാമറമാൻ CP ദിനുവിനോടൊപ്പം സൂര്യ സുജി, കൈരളി ന്യൂസ്, തൃശ്ശൂർ.